Hi Libra, welcome to your love reading for November 2019. Let's go ahead and see what is going on in your love life for the month of November. This is a love reading for the sign of Libra for November. The first card that you have, Libra, is the Star. Love reading for the sign of Libra for November. Justice. Love reading for the sign of Libra for November. Queen of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Libra for November. King of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Libra for November. King of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Libra for November. Wheel of Fortune. Love reading for the sign of Libra for November. The Empress. Love reading for the sign of Libra for November. Five of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Libra for November. And the Nine of Wands. Okay, what's the most important thing that Libra needs to hear about their love life for November 2019? The message that you have, Libra, is the Ten of Swords. So this card actually did jump before I started the reading. I put it back in the deck, and here it is again. The Ten of Swords is telling you that it's time to move on from something painful. For some of you, it could be that maybe you're moving on from a previous relationship or marriage. For some, it could be maybe you need to leave certain things behind if you're going to stay in your current relationship. So we'll come back to this card in a minute and see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Remember, this is a general reading, and if you would like a private reading with me, just scroll down and you'll see a link to my website, channeledguidance.com. Okay, let's go ahead and start. At the top, you have the Star, Justice, and the Queen of Swords. So as an air sign, this would be your energy. If you are with another air sign, either another Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius, and this represents their energy, you actually have this, I feel like for most of you, it is you. You have this with a Star and Justice. So Justice can definitely be an apology coming to you. It also represents a sign of Libra. So if you're connecting with another Libra, this is definitely speaking to you. This can be an apology coming to you from another person who has done you wrong. The Justice card always means there has been an injustice. You have been wrong. You have not been treated fairly. If you have been hoping, because you have the Star card here, this is about hopes and wishes being granted. If you have been hoping somebody would change, if you have been hoping that somebody would apologize, if you have been hoping that somebody would change their ways, I feel like you're getting that wish in the month of November. Now, if we look at the second row here, you've got two people lined up. You've got the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. The King of Pentacles, an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. One of these can definitely be you, Libra. If you have a moon or rising and a water sign or an earth sign, it can also represent the person that you're with, an ex, or somebody new coming into your life. Either way, you have this lined up with the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel is saying that something is changing for the sign of Libra, for the better. This is a card of destiny. Positive changes finally coming in, changes for the better. So again, if you've been kind of hoping here with the Justice card for an apology from someone, maybe someone who deeply hurt you, because the main energy is, it is a painful energy, the Ten of Swords, a betrayal, being stabbed in the back, being deeply hurt. The Ten of Swords usually comes up when you've been hurting for a really long time. And I do see two people lined up here, with the Wheel of Fortune. So for some of you, there could be an apology, from someone who maybe deeply hurt you. For others, there could be a choice, maybe as far as are you going to move on from this person, or are you going to connect with somebody new? Because we have your energy here followed by two other people. Of course, it can also be that maybe there is a third party, maybe you're torn between two people, but I feel like you're making the right decision because you have the Wheel of Fortune. Now on the bottom row, and I will hold up the cards for you because I don't think you're going to be able to see them all, you have the Empress. So the Empress can represent the sign of Aries. But the Empress just means this is the perfect person for you. Maybe you feel that somebody that you lost, let's just start there. Somebody that you lost was like your ideal partner, the perfect relationship. Maybe some of you thought this was your twin flame, if you believe in that kind of thing. The Empress means like you felt this person was everything to you. They were everything you were looking for. But right next to them, you have the Five of Cups, which means you were disappointed in someone. Someone let you down. Again, this is all kind of tying in with the main energy, the Ten of Swords, being deeply hurt. Maybe you've not been able to move on from this person that you thought they were the one. They seem to embody everything that you were looking for. They're everything you ever wanted in a relationship. There's a sense of disappointment here, the feeling of loss, like you can't move on. Again, tying in with the main energy, you can't move on, but this is a message that it's time to move on. It can be that maybe this person is coming back around with an apology, but I feel like you're very much on guard in the month of November. You have the 9 of Wands, which means that you're not putting your guard down. Maybe you're kind of hearing their apology, maybe you're listening to them, but you're not ready to kind of pour out your heart because you're very much protecting yourself from being hurt again, which ties in with the main energy. Let's get a few more. Let's see what else comes up for the sign of Libra. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra about their love life for November? We have, let's see here, Queen of Cups, Temperance, and the Knight of Swords. Okay, so you have the Queen of Cups, which is kind of interesting because you also have the King over here. And the King of Cups actually did jump at the beginning of the reading. I put him back, and now we have the King and the Queen. So for the sign of Libra, there can definitely be a water sign. Maybe that you're connecting with Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. It can be the person that you're with. It can be an ex. It can be somebody new coming into your life. It can even be you if you have a moon or rising and a water sign. Either way, around this, there's this message of patience. I feel like that's part of the message because you have the Knight of Swords, which means that some of you, you want things to change quickly in your love life. Maybe, you're tired of being hurt. Because I do see you highly, highly disappointed here in someone that you thought was the one. Someone that you thought was, kind of the perfect partner for you. The Empress also represents marriage. So maybe you were married to this person, or maybe you were wanting to be married to this person. You're being told here to be patient. Because I see that some of you want things to change very quickly because of the Knight of Swords. This represents kind of the same energy as a Tower. Now, for some of you, Temperance also does represent forgiveness, which is interesting because you have the Justice card, which represents an apology. So for some of you, I do feel like there could be an apology coming in, and an apology is accepted here with Temperance. This also represents healing. So perhaps, again, there was a painful situation where you have been hurting for a really long time, maybe in a very unhappy marriage or a very unhappy relationship, where there is healing, there is forgiveness, there's healing in the month of November. The Knight of Swords means that, it's all very unpredictable. So for some of you, again, you want things to change quickly, but you're being told here to have patience. Temperance can also represent the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, let's get a few more from the confirmation deck, and let's see what else comes up for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra for November? You have the Three of Swords. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra for November? Seven of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra for November? And the Eight of Pentacles. What's the most important thing that Libra needs to hear about their love life for November? Wow. Okay, that's interesting. You have the Empress again. So this is your repeat card. Again, you could be dealing with an Aries. But the Empress, again, it's being repeated. Libra found the one. Libra found, the person that you thought was the perfect person for you, or so you thought. Again, if this person did you wrong, keep in mind, again, Justice and the Temperance card. This represents forgiveness, an apology and forgiveness, and healing as well. For some of you, you're healing this. You're healing a broken heart. You're healing a betrayal. And also you have that here. You have the Three of Swords, which is the breakup card. Your heart has been broken. There's been a very painful situation between you and the person that you love. There's been a separation. I see you really, speaking up for yourself here with the Seven of Wands. You're confronting, this is a confrontational energy. Maybe you're confronting the person who broke your heart. In fact, there's a chance for you to confront that person in the month of November. But again, you have the Eight of Pentacles, which, this is what I was saying about Temperance right here. You may want things to change very quickly between you and this person. The Eight of Pentacles is saying that there's a lot of work to do in this relationship where you have been deeply, deeply hurt. Someone has disappointed you. Here, the Five of Cups, tears, sadness, regrets, dwelling on, something you can't change. And I feel like there is an apology and there is forgiveness in the spread, but I also see you being very protective of yourself here. Like you don't know if you can trust them. You don't know if things are going to work out. Again, for some of you where you want to really work this out, you do have the Ten of Swords saying that it's safe for you to move on. Like you've been through the worst. And again, with the Empress being here 2 times, I feel like the sign of Libra, like you have found the one, or this is the person that, you've never felt like this before, that kind of energy. You feel like you're going to spend the rest of your life with this person. The Empress is more important than even the Lover's card. You feel like this was the one. I just feel like that person has really let you down, disappointed you. But again, there is an apology in this reading and forgiveness. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the X spread. Okay, Libra, let's go ahead and see what is going on between you and your ex for the month of November. Libra and their ex for November 2019. The first card you have, Libra, is Justice, which is interesting because you also had this in the first spread. Libra and their ex for November. You have the Page of Swords. Libra and their ex for November. The Star, which was also, I think this card was also in the first spread. Libra and their ex for November. The High Priestess. Libra and their ex for November. The Tower. Libra and their ex for November. The King of Cups. Remember, you had the King and the Queen of Cups in the first spread. Libra and their ex for November. The Hermit. Libra and their ex for November. The Eight of Pentacles. Libra and their ex for November. And the Six of Wands. Okay, so let's dive into this and let's see what all of this means for you. Let's start at the top. You have Justice, the Page of Swords, and the Star. So both of these cards were in the first spread, so that's highly significant for you. Again, we're looking at an ex situation where you've broken up, you've parted ways. For some reason, you're no longer together. Yet the very first card is a repeat card, which is actually an apology. Remember, in the first spread, here it is. This is a card that came up in the first spread. If you rewind and you go back and watch, we saw an apology and forgiveness. Like somebody is apologizing to you and you are accepting that apology. So I do feel for some of you there, you know, with a Justice card, somebody is kind of acknowledging that they did you wrong. In the first spread, you had the Five of Cups, you had the Ten of Swords, and even the Three of Swords. So somebody really kind of broke your heart, really let you down. But there is an apology here. Somebody's trying to make this up to you. And again, with the Star card, this was also in the first spread. You have been hoping to hear from this person, and I do see communication here. The pages all represent communication, but this is the truth. It's like somebody is ready to admit the truth. Maybe they're ready to admit that they made a mistake. Maybe they're ready to admit that they still care. Maybe they're ready to admit that they still have feelings. It's like somebody is speaking their truth here. And this is exactly what you have been wishing for with the Star card. It also means this person is really kind of following their guidance that is guiding them right back to you with the Star card being here. You also have, let's see here, you have the High Priestess, the Tower, and the King of Cups. So you did have the King of Cups in the first spread. You not only had the King, you had the Queen, which was pretty interesting. So for some of you, I mean, here we go. Both of these were in the first spread. King and Queen of Cups. If your ex is a water sign, this is, you know, kind of a huge message that things will work out. Again, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Male or female, Sun, Moon, or Rising. It can also be you if you have a Moon or Rising in a water sign. There is, you know, kind of a shocking development here with the Tower. I also feel like for the month of November, like things can radically change between you and your ex. Especially for those of you where you've just been kind of unable to move on and you've not really seen any type of movement there, any type of change. It's like, here's a change for you in the month of November. You were still being told in the first spread to be patient. But for those of you, you know, where you've been, you know, kind of hoping, you know, for this apology from the Justice card, hoping that things would work out, there is kind of communication here. Somebody's speaking the truth. And because it's a Page of Swords and the Tower, there could be kind of a shocking confession, you know, kind of like, I never stopped loving you, or maybe they moved on with someone else and now they're realizing they made a mistake. They're speaking their truth, and it's like shocking to you because it's the Tower. You also have the High Priestess. I mean, the High Priestess is telling you trust your intuition, because I feel like some of you, like, you don't quite know if you should trust your ex again. You don't know if you should forgive them. You have the Hermit here, which can represent the sign of Virgo. But the Hermit is like, he's looking for the truth. Like, what is the truth? Should I go back to this person? Do I belong with this person? For many of you, you feel like you do because you did have the Empress 2 times. But there's a lot of soul searching here. Like, I don't know, we can make this relationship work. Right next to the Hermit, you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is making the relationship work. Some of you, you don't know if you can turn back the clock. You do have the Six of Wands, which represents victory. So you can turn back the clock. Again, especially in those relationships where it was, you know, a very painful breakup. Maybe somebody got left at the altar. It's just kind of that kind of energy where you felt like this was the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, and then, you know, and then there was a breakup. Let me get a few more cards. Let's see what else comes up for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra about their ex? Knight of Wands, Libra and their ex for November. Page of Cups and the Lovers. So for some of you where you have, an ex who's a Gemini, this is really speaking to you. The Lovers represents a sign of Gemini, but also represents a relationship that you want very much. Like you're not ready to let go of this person. You're not ready to give up hope. I do see, a lot of movement here with the Knight of Wands. This is someone who's not going to give up. The Knight of Wands would never give up. He would keep moving forward. He would keep having hope, which you actually have here as well. Your hopes and wishes will be granted. Knight of Wands is all about self-confident energy, going after what you want, which would be this person here, that you feel you have a very, this person was very significant to you. There is communication. Again, you have another page. So one page here and then one page there, the Page of Swords. So the Page of Cups is someone really, pouring out their heart. Maybe someone is, being very self-confident and kind of letting the other person know, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm still thinking about you. Maybe, that kind of communication leads to a very kind of shocking twist. Like maybe you reach out to an ex kind of thinking they're probably not going to respond. They probably don't care. And then you receive a reply and you're kind of shocked this person still sees you, as that, significant relationship. It's that kind of energy here with the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups. Okay, let's get a few more from the confirmation deck and let's see what else comes up. Libra and their ex for the month of November. Five of Swords, Libra and their ex for November. The Lovers, so this is a repeat card. Libra and their ex for November. And the Five of Pentacles. So the first thing that stands out here is that you've got two fives around the Lovers card. So, I feel like to me, the fives represent an obstacle, a challenge, a problem. So there could be some type of obstacle. Again, the two fives around the Lovers card, which is actually a repeat card. I'll put it right next to it there. There could be an obstacle to you and your ex getting back together. Keep in mind that the Lovers, it also represents a choice. Like there is a decision. There's a choice that has to be made. For some of you, that choice can be another person. Like maybe your ex needs to choose between you and someone else that they're involved with. Or maybe you've moved on, but you still care about your ex. There is some type of choice here because there is an obstacle. The two fives. Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles. But again, the fact that you have the Lovers two times shows that there's still a strong connection with this person you want to reconnect with. There is, there's loneliness here. We have the Five of Pentacles. So someone is feeling very lonely, very needy. But this also is a card of abandonment. Maybe you feel like this person abandoned you. They shut you out of their life with no explanation. This person could be regretting that. We have the Five of Swords, which represents someone making a very bad decision. A very, very unwise decision that they look back on and they regret. A decision is haunting them. So again, there is a sense of unhappiness here. It can be you, but I also feel like for some of you, it can represent your ex. Let me get a confirmation card. I'm actually going to get it from this deck right here. It's called Amira's Love Oracle. Let me give it a quick shuffle. What confirmation is there for the sign of Libra? On the Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. What confirmation is there for the sign of Libra? Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Are there regrets? Is this person lonely? Is this person missing the sign of Libra? What confirmation is there for the sign of Libra? What confirmation is there for the sign of Libra? I definitely feel like this card right here. Wow. Okay. Pretty stunning considering that you had the Empress in the first spread. And I tell you, the Empress is kind of twin flame energy. You feel like this person was the one. Like there was something special about them. It was not just a relationship. And now you get the twin flame card. So I feel like somebody is kind of looking back and thinking, wow, I should not have done that. I should have made different decisions. I wish I could turn back the clock. And with the Tower here, I feel like some of you have that chance to turn back the clock and working things out with a partner, with an ex. Your hopes and wishes are valid. And again, with this, keep in mind this King and Queen of Cups has come up for you. Even if you're not a water sign, because the King and the Queen of Cups represents trusting your intuition and really trusting your feelings. If you feel someone was the one, an ex, then this card is confirming that they were. Okay, Libra, this has been your love reading for November 2019. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.